Hello. Welcome back to the Slow English Podcast by Ember. Stop whatever you are doing right now. Put everything down and just listen. Because this episode is not just an English lesson. This is a message written specifically for you. For every version of you that was ever told, you can't do that. That's not realistic. Who do you think you are? This episode is called The Day You Chose Yourself, and it might be the most important thing you hear today. So take a breath, close your eyes for just one moment, and let's begin. You have a dream. You have always had a dream that lives so deep inside you that you can feel it when you wake up in the morning, a dream that keeps you awake at night, that makes your heart beat faster when you think about it, that whispers to you quietly, this is who you are supposed to be. But the moment you shared that dream with the world had opinions. Your family said, that's too risky. Your friends said, be practical. The people around you said, people like us don't do things like that. And the worst part? You listened to them. You folded your dream up quietly, put it in a box, pushed that box to the back of your mind, and tried to live the life that everyone else wanted for you. You got the safe job, you followed the expected path, you smiled when you were supposed to smile, you said yes when everything inside you was screaming no, and every single day a small part of you disappeared. There's a kind of tiredness that sleep cannot fix. You know exactly what I am talking about. You have felt it. Maybe you are feeling it right now. It is not in your body, it is in your soul. It is the tiredness that comes from waking up every morning and living someone else's life, from wearing a version of yourself that doesn't fit, from making yourself smaller and quieter and less so that other people feel more comfortable around you. You have been carrying that weight for a long time, haven't you? And here's what nobody ever told you. Living for other people's expectations never ends. You give them what they want, and they want more. You change yourself for them, and they want you to change again. You silence your dream for them, and they don't even notice the sacrifice. Because the people who put their expectations on you are not thinking about your happiness. They're thinking about their comfort, their fear, their small idea of what your life should look like. And their idea is not your life. It was never your life. I want you to imagine something. A quiet evening. No drama, no crisis. Just you, sitting alone with your thoughts. And you ask yourself one question. One simple, devastating, liberating question. If nobody was watching, what would I do? Not what would make your parents proud, not what would impress the people around you, not what would make everyone say, oh, she made the sensible choice. Oh, he did the responsible thing. If nobody was watching, if nobody was judging, if the only person whose opinion mattered in this moment was yours, what would you do? I want you to sit with that question. Don't rush it, don't push it away. Just sit with it. Because somewhere inside you, the answer is already there. It has always been there. You've just been too afraid to listen. But you hear it, don't you? That quiet voice, that deep knowing, that part of you that has never stopped believing even when everything else told it to stop. That is not a fantasy. That is your truth. I need to stop here and say something directly to you, because I know what you are thinking right now. But what about the people who love me? What about my family? What about my responsibilities? Isn't it selfish to choose my own dream? listen to me carefully. No, choosing yourself is not selfish. Do you know what is actually selfish? Asking someone to give up who they are so that you can feel comfortable. Putting your fears onto someone else's future. Expecting someone to make themselves smaller to fit inside your limited imagination of what is possible. That is selfish. Choosing your dream? That is the bravest thing you will ever do. And here's something else you need to understand. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you are living a life that slowly empties you, you have nothing left to give. Not to your family, not to your relationships, not to the world. But when you wake up with purpose, when your life feels like yours, when you are finally, fully, completely yourself, you are full, overflowing, and a person who is full changes everything around them. So here is what choosing yourself looks like. It does not look like a dramatic announcement. It does not look like a big fight. It does not look like burning everything down. It looks like a quiet decision, made alone, in a private moment between you and yourself. It looks like saying, I choose my dream. I choose my life. I choose the version of myself that I have been hiding. Will it be scary? Yes. Deeply, completely, terrifyingly scary. Will everyone understand? No. Some people will be angry. Some people will be confused. Some people will say, I thought you were smarter than this. And you will smile, and you will keep going because you finally understand something that fear never wanted you to know. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a signal. Fear means this matters to you. This is real. This is worth everything. Every time you feel afraid, remember that and take one more step forward. Just one. That is enough. Now, I need to be honest with you because you deserve honesty, not a fairy tale. Choosing yourself is not a straight line. There will be days when you question everything, days when the people who doubted you seem right, days when the safe path looks so attractive that you almost go back, days when you are tired and scared and sitting alone with your dream wondering, did I make a mistake? On those days, I need you to remember something. The caterpillar does not become a butterfly overnight. There's a stage in between, a dark stage, a quiet stage, a stage where everything looks like it is falling apart. But it is not falling apart. It is transforming. You are transforming, and transformation is not comfortable. It was never supposed to be comfortable. It is supposed to be worth it, and it will be. I promise you, it will be. You have been waiting. I know you have. Waiting for the right time, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for someone to look at you and say, yes, you are allowed. Go ahead. So let me be that voice today. You are allowed. You do not need anyone's permission to live your own life. You do not need to explain your dream to people who are not brave enough to have one. You do not need to justify your choices to people who have never risked anything. Stop waiting. Stop shrinking. Stop living for the applause of people who would never step onto the stage themselves. This is your moment. Not next year, not when things are more stable, not when everyone finally understands. Now, today, this breath, this moment, choose yourself. One day, you will look back on your life and you will ask yourself one question. Did I live the life that was truly mine? I want your answer to be yes, a full, certain, peaceful, unshakable yes. Not, I wish I had, not, I was too afraid, not, I waited too long.
Just yes. I chose myself, and it was the best decision I ever made. Thank you for listening to the Slow English Podcast by Ember. If this episode hit your heart today, share it with someone who needs to hear it, someone who is waiting, someone who is afraid, someone who has forgotten how powerful they truly are. Be their reminder. And until next time, choose yourself. Always.